Thousands of years ago, one of the greatest structures in human history began to rise across mountains and deserts. But how was the Great Wall of China actually built, without modern machines or technology? Who built it? How long did it take? And what secrets are hidden inside this massive wall? Today, we uncover the incredible story behind the Great Wall of China. Today, I am taking you to one of the largest engineering projects in human history, which is thought to be seen from space but actually has a much more interesting story. This structure is neither made up of a single wall nor was it built in a single period. In front of you is the Qin set. Qin set is the general name of the defense structures built by different dynasties throughout the northern borders of China for about 2000 years. Many people think of Qin set as a single piece of a wall, but Qin set is a huge defense system consisting of many structures such as walls, observation towers, castles, passages, and natural obstacles. According to official measurements made in 2012, the total length of Sinseti is about 21,196 kilometers. This distance equals a distance of half the world's half, 25 times from the east to the west to Turkey. However, this length is not fully standing. Today, about 30% have been seriously damaged or completely destroyed. The purpose of the Sinseti can be summarized in one word: defense. Ancient China, especially Huns from the north, Mongols, nomadic Turks, and Central Asian tribes, were unprotected against the attacks of nomadic warrior communities. Therefore, Chinese rulers, to slow down the attacks, control the borders, control trade routes, and to ensure military surveillance, and began to build this huge structure. The foundations of Qin Seti extend up to the 7th century BC. However, the biggest and most organized construction process began in the period of Qin Shi Huang, which first combined China in 221 BC. Qin Shi Huang, by combining the walls of different kingdoms, formed a larger defense line. In this process, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, villagers, and prisoners were forced to work. Different materials were used in the construction of Qin Seti: stone and rock in mountainous areas, land in flat land, clay and clay mortar during the Ming dynasty. There is an interesting detail here. The mortar used during the Ming period was added to the rice pot. This mixture made the wall surprisingly durable. It is estimated that hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives during the construction of Sinseti. For the dead workers due to hunger, illness, extreme cold, and heavy working conditions, this saying has spread among the people. Sinseti is the longest cemetery in the world. Although these people have not been buried in the wall, this word is enough to describe the pain of life. One of the most common legends is that Sinseti is the only human structure that can be seen naked from space. This is not true. According to the explanations of the astronauts, Sinseti is not seen from the moon. It is very difficult to be chosen with naked eyes even from the low appearance. This is one of the biggest urban legends of modern times. Today, most of the parts visited by tourists are built during the Ming dynasty. Especially, Badaling, Muxianyu, Jishanling areas are famous for their well-preserved and beautiful scenery. Ming set is a more thick, higher, more developed structure as a military. Well, did the Chinese set work? The answer to this question is complicated. Yes, it slowed down the attacks, provided the early warning system, and made border control. But no, strong armies like the Mongols managed to cross the wall. China was still under attack. That is, the Chinese set was not an absolute defense, but a strategic obstacle. In 1987, the Chinese Seti was listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. But today, under serious threats, the theft of natural erosions, unconscious tourism, and construction stones, the Chinese government is carrying out major restoration projects to protect the remaining parts. The Chinese Seti is not just a wall made of stone and soil. It is the turning point of human dignity, limits, and power. This structure, which has been standing for thousands of years, reminds us that one can pay an incredible price for the things one wants to protect.